step of the way, but that's not all we got in store, because tonight indeed in Noida we get ready for one of the biggest fight cards to come out from this side of the world. It's not just a sport, it's an experience. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MFN. My name is Arjun Chapalkatti, joined by Rahul Chhabra and Jason Solomon. Boys, this just might be one of the biggest fight cards in MFN history, because it's not just a stack card, but it's got two title fights, Rahul.
देवी और सज्जनों, स्वागत है आपका योद्धाओं के इस रंगमंच पे जिसका नाम है मैट्रिक्स फाइट नाइट। आज की रात टोटल 12 फाइट्स, 24 योद्धा, जिसमें है 10 अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्टार्स। और आज इस रंगभूमि पे इतिहास रचा जाने वाला है, क्योंकि हमारे को-मेन और मेन इवेंट पे होगी टाइटल्स की दावेदारी। हमारे को-मेन इवेंट में MFN स्ट्रॉवेट टाइटल दाव पे है, जिसके लिए होगी सोनम जुम्बा और रशिया की एना सफीवा के बीच टकराव। और फिर आएगा वो मुकाम जिसका सबको है इंतजार। आज के मेन इवेंट में MFN बैंटरवेट चैंपियन चुंगरेंग का सामना होने जा रहा है एक ऐसे तूफान से जिसने पूरे नेपाल को एक साथ खड़ा कर दिया है। आज की रात एक ऐसी अनोखी रात है जहां हार कोई विकल्प नहीं और बस जीत का परचम लहराया जाएगा। देवियों सज्जनों, मेरा नाम है राहुल और मेरे साथ हैं अर्जुन चिपलकत्ती एंड द दिल्ली डॉन जेसन रमेश Solomon, JRS baby.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Rahul Chhabra. But coming up first, of course, is Suffix. We are taking on Jai Malyal, and let's get MFN 17 started with the first introduction of the night, the voice of the cage, El Voce, Jared Kyle.
Gentlemen, good evening and welcome to a night of world-class martial arts. This is mixed martial arts. This is Matrix Fight Night. Chungwen Korin versus Rabindra Dant. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're ready for some wild action as we bring into the cage Vinny Suffix!
All right, and we kick off MFN 17 with the firecracker in the flyweight division with Venus Suffix takes on Jai Malyal. Both these gentlemen earn their contracts at MFN Contenders, ready to explode from the opening bell. Let's see who sets the pace first. Arjun, 25 वर्षीय Venus Suffix, जिनको हम हेड हंटर के नाम से भी जानते हैं, इन्हें बचपन से ही कॉम्बैट में काफी रुचि रही है और सन 2018 में इन्होंने ऑल इंडिया यूनिवर्सिटी वुशु गेम्स में मणिपुर का प्रतिनिधित्व किया और अपने एमेच्योर करियर की शुरुआत लोकल प्रमोशन से की। बट 2022 में इन्होंने एम्स्टरडैम में हुए गामा वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भारत के लिए मेडल जीता और उसी साल MFN कंटेंडर्स के माध्यम से MFN का प्रो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भी हासिल किया। साथ ही साथ बेस्ट फाइटर का अवार्ड भी इनके नाम हुआ। 2023 में MFN 11 में इनकी फाइट होने वाली थी अर्शियन वेनन से, लेकिन ट्रेनिंग के दौरान इनको इंजरी हो गई और वो फाइट नहीं हो पाई। बट आज ही इज हियर, ही इज ऑल सेट to set pace to this opening the card for MFN 17, and let's look at his keys to victory. MFN,
you look at a fighter which has got so many accolades so soon in life, and the chance to be opening a card. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but the first fight of the night sets the tone for the night. And a lot of major promotion, a lot of big fighters are put as the first fight. You know, a lot of people look at just the main event or the co-main event. Of course, those are the marquee items of a fight card. But the first fight of the night is the one that really sets the tone for the crowd. The expectations of the crowd here, it's a packed house, and normally we've never seen a packed house so early. The people were piling in to see this card, especially all these boys that are putting it on the line here tonight. I mean, look at it, we've got at least 10,000 strong, and it's not even the first fight of the night. So the pressure is on these kids, on Benny tonight, to bring the game, to bring the action, to bring the fire, and take it and get a win for his fans.
Well, yes, Arjun, for sure, and don't be fooled by his name. His name is Venus Suffix, but you know, trust me, when the game is on, he's the first one to finish the fight. He's known as the headhunter for a reason. And the best of it is, He trains with the great Isaac Cario at his gym in Manipur. You know Isaac
Of course,
Cario.
I love Isaac Cario, man. He was a phenom back in the day. He was one of the first OGs that came into the sport. In fact, I saw him from the beginning in another organization that had a reality show. That's when it all began. And Cario Isaac, of course, stopped fighting quite a few years ago. It's been over 10 years ago now that he stopped fighting. 2015 was the last time we saw him. But if he's training with Cario Isaac, you got to be ready for one thing. He's going to have some brilliant flashy kicks. He's going to have quick, fast movement. And he's going to have tons of heart and an iron chin. And that I can guarantee.
For sure, for sure. The times have changed. You know,
Oh, man.
nowadays what we see is the new generation of fighters, and the old fighters that we saw growing up have all turned into coaches.
Of course.
Look at Bhabaji, you know. Tonight Sonam's fighting in the
I mean, yeah, can
co-main
you imagine?
event.
I mean, that's such a. I mean, to see Bob. I mean, the Stretcher was one of the scariest people who came onto the mixed martial arts fighting scene this part of the world, and for him to go and transition into such a wonderful coach in Bidang MMA is just, and all the guys that come out of that camp are spectacular. It's just, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to get this started. I'm so excited.
Man.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, Jay Malial.
एक और MFN कंटेंडर्स के स्नातक जय मलियाल, जिनको इनकी टीम वाले प्यार से लॉर्ड जय मलियाल भी कहते हैं. There's a reason for it.
Because I remember the Waynes were screaming Lord Jay.
There's a reason he's known as Lord Jay Malial. And the best, and I think one of the reason is कि मात्र 20 साल की उम्र में इन्होंने 2023 में MFN कंटेंडर्स में अपना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जीता, और उससे पहले लगातार एमेच्योर सर्किट में काफी एक्टिव रहे. एक इवेंट में इनको बेस्ट फाइटर का खिताब मिला, और साथ ही साथ इन्होंने जीती 300 सीसी की स्पोर्ट्स बाइक.
Wow.
I mean, the scene's growing, man. You know, you take home not a bicycle, but a bike, a sports bike.
Maybe this story should be shared with some of the biggest bike manufacturers in the country. Maybe they could come out and we could set up a tournament of some sort.
And he trains at Newton MMA and has a lot of talent and experience on the card, including Sagar Thapa, Abhishek Negi, Aminder Bisht, and Sahil Rana. Let's look at his keys to victory. He's MFN Contenders 2023 contract winner. He should be looking forward to attacking early and often, and he has to stick to his strengths and his fundamentals, because even though he's won the contract at MFN Contenders, tonight is the day he's going to dance for the first time under the bright lights of Matrix Fight Night and make his pro debut.
Absolutely. I mean, these flyweights firstly move so fast, and he's got to have a good game plan coming in against his opponent. It's going to be a fun night. But here we go to the tail of the tape. Both the fighters just young, 25 years of age is Suffix. Both fighters are very well rounded, have a very good MMA game. Slight height and reach advantage though go to Jay Malial. Let's go inside the ring for the final introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 56.7 kilograms, representing Manipur, the headhunter, Vinny Suffix. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, his weight 56.7 kilograms, fighting out of Uttarakhand, the Lord Jay Malial. Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Ranjit.
Blue, red. Follow my instruction all the time. If I say stop, stop the fight. If you want to touch gloves, back to your corners.
Here we go. First fight of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Matrix Fight Night 17. Like we said earlier, we have a stacked card, and of course, the first fight of the evening, Benny Suffix takes on Jai Malial. Benny in the blue corner and Jai in the Malial. And that's a 3-point stance, just a bit like John Jones as he gets started in round number 1. Referee Ranjit taking on the action.
ये MFN 17 हमें लाइव नोएडा से और अगले कुछ घंटों के लिए सारे MMA फैंस की मंजिल पर से जियो हॉटस्टार।
Starting out strong, immediately closing the distance. You can see he's putting Jai. He's taking the center of the cage. Instantly, big combination. Forces the shot out of Jai immediately. You know, a fighter immediately shoots the minute he feels a bit uncomfortable. And he forced the shot out of Jai there. Oh! That's 1-2 by Benny. Good defense by Jai though. He seems to have gained his feet under him. He's got the center of the cage now. So Benny doing a very good job of pressing the action. He's stepping forward. He's
बहुत ही तीव्र शुरुआत यहाँ बेनी सफिक्स द्वारा लगातार अटैक कर रहे हैं।
nice leg kick by Benny. He's throwing a lot of feints. Good gauge of reaction from Jai. Oh! Big jab! Knock him down with a beautiful jab. Good recovery, but he couldn't get the position. Scramble. And Jai doing a very good job of holding on to that single leg. Benny though, scrambling perfectly. He might have his hand under his neck there looking for a choke. Wow, what a scramble. He got dropped by a jab.
And he's not letting go of it. He's holding on to the headhunter, trying to out-grapple him. Now against the cage.
No, I mean, this is a very, very good strategy. He's hurt and he closed the distance instantaneously. And this is a good learning for him because he knew he got a taste of that power, didn't like it.
And look at those knees. Short strikes.
Beautiful control, drags him to the ground.
Got one of the hooks in.
He's got one hook in on the left hand side. He's looking for a triangle, and we're going to see he doesn't have back position yet. He's got one hook on the left hand side. He's got his left hand, but good wrist control from Benny. A little bit of a weird position here because I wish he'd let go of that lock there and just try and wrap around him or try to back mount him.
Just staying patient.
There you go. That's what I mean. Charles Oliveira style.
Oh man, this could be it.
He's got the arm underneath.
Oh,
He's hit the hand. Yes,
what
here
a
we go.
fantastic win! I told you, Arjun.
We talked about it. We talked about how it could happen, and the way he did it though, he gets cracked early in the fight. He got dropped by a jab. Eventually got that body lock, got on top of him, sneaked on top of him, and very reminiscent of the great Charles Oliveira, got into that position, slugged at the arm, and snuck that rear hand at the back. Benny didn't know where that hand was, so he couldn't defend it, and before he knew it, he tapped.
Pure technique, patience, control, and then the finish. Flawless. Lord Jai Malial has arrived at Matrix Fight Night, man. There's a reason he's so common.
He can call himself Lord after a performance like that. But what a great victory.
I mean, this is why MFN is one of the biggest and the greatest promotion in the entirety. And look at that, look at the explosive start that Benny Suffix went on, and Jai was definitely
that was the moment when Benny dropped him with a beautiful jab, but Jai hung in there, kept his calm, kept his cool about him, turned it around. He's still seeing the replay of that. The ground and pound began, and we all thought here that Benny might close the show, but this was the end. He got his back, snuck that hand behind his head perfectly, locked in the rear naked choke, and it was night for Benny Suffix. Great fight. Let's go inside the cage for the final decision with Jared Khan.
Called the stop of this fight after 2 minutes and 41 seconds of round 1. declaring the winner, submission by the rear naked choke, Jai Malial.
Hard loss for Benny Suffix, but you can see the happiness on Jai Malial's face. He starts off this wonderful, wonderful fight card with a finish. That might be the trend only at Matrix Fight Night, because we've been seeing for the last few cards a lot of finishes, but now we move on to the second fight of the evening. Coming up next in the flyweight division, it's going to be Vishwamitra versus Musa Raish. But man, what a way to start a fight card.
Oh man, I'm impressed. You know, this is one reason MFN Contenders is a big hit. And if you are an amateur fighter or even a pro fighter, if you haven't registered for the next MFN Contenders, you can turn up at the venue on 21st and register on spot. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next fight, which is between Musa Raish and Vishwamitra Maite.
But you know, that's the thing we talked about. You know, we keep talking about the amateur sectors, but here we go. We're ready for the fight now. Let's go inside the ring, Jared Khan.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, from Manipur, Vishwamitra Singh!
सुनो, ये मुकाबला है एक कमबैक की कहानी है। विश्वामित्र और दूसरा दोनों लौटे हैं एक ही मकसद के साथ, फिर से जीत की राह पे लौटना। दो फाइटर्स, दो अलग अलग रास्ते, लेकिन आज रात मंजिल और विजेता बस एक। Arjun, we saw Vishwamitra fighting at MFN 7. He was there at MFN 7. He made his pro debut there. He was fighting Arshian Menon. The fight was going excellent and in his favor, and at the last moment, thanks to the chin that Arshian Menon carries, he reversed the position and started pounding and knocked out Vishwamitra. And that was the beginning of Vishwamitra's pro career. Let's look at his keys to victory. He should be striking with volume, adapt quickly, and he has to stay disciplined when it comes to his hand positioning, because against him, we've got the hunter, Musa Raish, who's an absolute assassin when it comes to precision striking.
Oh, I agree. I've seen Musa fight, and Musa is a deadly fighter. He's got a very good combination. He's very good off his back when he's taken to the ground. I remember his fight against Himanshu Kaushik, where he suffered a little bit of, he was struggling for a bit off his back because Himanshu is such a good grappler. But otherwise, in the stand-up and maintaining distance and range, Musa is very, very good. He's highly durable, so I got to say one thing, Vishwamitra has got his work cut out for him tonight.
And it's been a long testing journey, and he's all in to chase that victory tonight at Matrix Fight Night.
As his opponent, the hunter, Musa Raish.
बड़ौदा के एक शिकारी परिवार की विरासत को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मूसा एक बार फिर MFN केज में उतरने जा रहे हैं और इस इरादे के साथ कि खत्म करना है और आज जीत हासिल करनी है। इन्होंने अपने प्रो करियर की शुरुआत बहुत ही दमदार तरीके से MFN 5 में की थी, जहां इनका सामना हुआ था बॉन जोवी से। इन्होंने वो फाइट जीती, उसके बाद MFN 6 में इन्होंने अभिमन्यु राय के खिलाफ जीत दर्ज की और MFN 8 में दोबारा से इनको रीमैच मिला बॉन जोवी से, जहां इन्होंने जबरदस्त नॉकआउट मारा। और अर्जुन, जैसे आपने बताया, उसके बाद का सफर काफी अच्छा नहीं रहा है। फाइटें इनके पक्ष में नहीं गई हैं। दो फाइटें इन्होंने खेली हिमांशु के साथ और दोनों में ही हार का सामना करना पड़ा। बट आज रात मूसा की वापसी के इरादे से आए हैं और सामने है विश्वामित्र जो मणिपुर से हैं, सेम लाइक बॉन जोवी। और लेट्स लुक एट हिज कीज टू विक्ट्री। ही शुड बी यूजिंग kicks and the jab to maintain distance.
No, it's not. It's Musa is actually such an intelligent striker. The way he moves back and forth, he throws some very good kicks to the body. He knows how to control range and uses his depth wrestling. He needs to make sure that he establishes dominance early on. He needs to start using that wrestling, use that strength, use that height and range and strength advantage that he has over his opponent. Look at him; he's built like a tank, and he's looking in better shape than he was last time around. He's clearly worked on his strength and conditioning. He's going to put that to use when he's going to try and wear out his opponent tonight. That's his strategy. He's going to come in, look to control him, take him down and ground and pound. But let's see what finds out. Let's see what happens as we get ready for the second fight of the night in the flyweight division, only at MFN 17. We go to the tail of the tape. Musa, slightly older than his opponent, 29 years of age. He has a significant height advantage, no real reach advantage either, but both fighters are so well-rounded. I can't wait for this one to get started. For the final introductions, let's go to Jared Kyle inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, first we introduce the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighed in at 56.7 kilograms, representing Manipur, Bishwamitra Singh. On his opponent fighting out of the red corner, his height 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighed in at 56.7 kilograms, representing Gujarat, ladies and gentlemen, the Hunter, Musa Rai. Ladies and gentlemen, the man in charge of the sound of the bell, Ranjit.
Both follow my instruction all the time. If I say stop, stop the fight. If you want to touch gloves, and back to your corners.
You know, a funny statistic that a lot of new MMA fans don't know, that Ranjit, the referee here, is actually an OG fighter himself. He fought for quite a while in another organization, I remember, and he of course retired and started his own camp and his own gym, and he's actually one of the best referees to come out of the country now.
Well, yes, we've seen him fighting at Super Fight League, and
I remember I was there.
you can still find the old videos on YouTube.
Of course, those were the OG days.
But then the good thing is, he's been an absolute beast when it comes to fitness. He's still in shape.
Yeah, he's been forcing me to train with him. But here we go. Speaking of fitness, both these men seem to be in incredible shape. And immediately off the bat, Musa Rai, look at the way he's curling his arm. It looked like he might have had a dance there for a second. But look at that control. There you go. He was trying for it a second ago. Just a second ago. Good body lock by Bishwamitra here. But it's a beautiful elbow, slashing elbow to create space. But the pace of Musa Rai, man, he's like a dog on a bone. He's got that double now, hands wrapped, and comfortably does it. Beautiful control. And what a pace to this fight. It started off with a couple of strikes, and bang, immediately he went for the takedown. Bishwamitra is looking for that guillotine here, but no.
No, he doesn't have it.
No, and with the way Musa Rai is moving to his left, he's passing guard, but he's looking for a proper position before. Now he needs to be careful here because you don't want to leave your neck in there for too long, but the way Bishwamitra is moving, he's not really threatening that submission yet. Can't really get a proper angle at that. Oh wait, he might have it. It's not deep enough, and he doesn't have his hands locked. He's trying, but Musa Rai is just holding him in this position. He's not really advanced. Oh, there we go.
Bishwamitra going in for the armbar.
Oh, wait, he might have that armbar. He's trapped it. So clever. But good work by Musa, and he's in a much better position. He doesn't have the space to extend that armbar. He's against the cage. If he could turn to the left, there you go, he's turning to the left and then extend his hips. And Musa doing a very good job not trying to pull his arm out of this position. Instead,
he's
getting him out with some knees and some good strikes. Oh, you can hear the sound of those knees, can't you? He's got that arm tight. He's got that, it's just the way. Oh my God, he's really cracking on that arm now. Oh, wow. Man.
But it's do or die here.
Oh, backed him. looks, to be honest, but no, he's almost out of it.
Get up, push his head out.
Very good.
Well, it seems Vishwamitra is bleeding. He's got a cut over his eye.
Might have been one of those hammer fists that.
I hate those short strikes, man. They're really vicious. Do a lot of damage.
Slicing.
Vishwamitra doing a good job of his back, staying active. He'll at least give Musa a sense of, he's earned Musa's respect for sure, because he's not just laying on his back, he's not just laying there in one position, he's constantly threatening submission. Again, he's trying to push him off his hips and create some space there.
And I think an intelligent thing that Musa is doing is he's not trying to grapple with him. He's rather trying to strike from that position.
No, it's such a good job by Vishwamitra by keeping his legs on his hips. He's not letting him pass guard very easily. And he might be looking for a triangle there. It looked almost like he was looking for a triangle. But Musa Raish again. Oh, look at this reversal. He's used the vision to stand back up. Body lock. And looking for that trip there. Good hips by Musa. Very, very good round here. Frenetic pace in the grappling. Vishwamitra landing some good knees. He certainly turned it around with that submission attempt.
Almost 35 seconds to this round number 1. Oh man,
Beautiful knee there. He's looking for that elbow to create some separation. This Musa is pressing up against his neck. And the crowd is coming alive here. Are they screaming? Oh, big knee. Is the crowd screaming body shot?
I don't know.
I won't be surprised.
Sounds like body shot.
It did sound like body shot. 10 seconds to go. He threatens with a guillotine, but I think we're going to come to a close and doesn't get it. But we're going to end this round.
All right.
Very nice.
Man.
What a great start to this flyweight contest. Vishwamitra, Musa Raish, and you can see this is what I love about the sport now and the fans now, that they become so educated that people are now cheering on guard passes. It's so amazing. When I started out in the sport, that didn't exist, but take a look at the start of this fight. It was an early scramble on the feet, and then immediately Vishwamitra looked for that takedown. Musa Raish was happy to strike. He dropped him, and then it became a grappling fight from top to bottom. Again, you can see those scrambles back and forth. A lot of submission attempts as well. That was that armbar which almost got through. And those knees. Man, it's going to be a tough one to score this because it depends on how you score. But luckily we have Ben Carthage, who's one of the judges here tonight. Who's the chief judge, sorry. And we're going to see what happens, how he scores, because it's a tough one. If you score that damage, yes, easily. And damage and control, I think it'll go to Musa Raish for sure.
Well, I'm no judge, and I would like to.
No, I don't want to be a judge either.
Well, it's always so controversial because fans make a lot of noise when their favorite fighters lose.
No, man. We get a lot of flack for saying the wrong things sometimes.
It's good to go unfiltered at times. And let's move on to round number 2. We've got Musa Raish in the red corner, and he takes on Vishwamitra Mehte.
Oh, big leg kick. Thudding leg kick. Vishwamitra. Musa again taking the center. That's what I mean. Every time we see Musa Raish fight, he always takes the center. He's always the one who goes first. Vishwamitra needs to be first. He can't let him take the center because he's allowing himself to be pushed up against the back. Nice jab and body kick a moment there. Again, Vishwamitra stepping forward now. Much better.
Musa going in with 1-2.
Oh, very nice. Oh, that looked almost like a headbutt there for a second. Oh, beautiful time leg kick. Takes him off his feet and again back on the ground. His corner screaming at him saying, wall walk, get back on your feet. And this is a grueling pace to keep. he's in a weird position because he's locked down. He's locked down on Musa's leg. He's not allowing him to pass guard. But if he needs to get up from this position, he has to let go of that lock. There we go. Musa now beautifully slices through. It looks like he's almost in mount. Pins down that pins down the left arm of Vishwamitra, and here we go. Oh my God. Oh, he might look for a back. He's got his back now.
A bit of mistake here by Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra's turned it
he's got
around.
the
He's circled out of it, and he's got. But man, the hips of Musa Raish immediately taking control. He's got his hands locked around him. He's not quite low. He doesn't have his legs. Now he's switched to a single. Oh, he's got a double. Boom!
Musa scores in a slam.
Big slam by Musa Raish. And you can see the significant difference between even their bodies, the physicality, the strength. Musa is the bigger, more muscly guy. You can see his grappling is significantly better than Vishwamitra's, but Vishwamitra is so good off his back. He's throwing up constant submissions. But this certainly has to be wearing on him because taking these elbows and these shots is no picnic. He's allowing him to posture up from this position